This is the workout of the day for Wednesday. It's from yesterday for everybody who follows the program. It's a kind of a hodgepodgey sort of workout, and if you could hear that beginning part, sometimes I feel like you guys are missing out on a lot of the soundtrack stuff, because a lot of the times, some of the stuff that at least members of my affiliate really liked of my workout videos that I would post to the Facebook page back then would be the sort of music that I seemingly worked out to, which is always just not hip hop, rap, hardcore rock. It's always theatrical stuff like Disney stuff. I have a Disney soundtrack on Spotify. I don't know, do people still follow Spotify playlists? Anyway, the workout at hand, I said, is a hodgepodge. And I'm using a shorty bar for the record. So those are 15s on the end of that bar. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulder to overhead. You could push press it. You could do a jerk. You could do a strict press if you wanted to. But no one in their right mind is going to be doing a strict press. Alexis over there in the corner is taking them from the rack. Now, I made a vital mistake. I didn't specifically say to not take them for the rack. So some people were asking, hey, is it RX if I took it from the rack? That's my bad. I need to make sure that on the online program, I do things where I make sure that every box is checked. Don't do the thing where it's like, oh, it doesn't say from the rack, so I'm going to take the easier route. Do what you should be doing. But if somebody happens to misinterpret the things that, yes, I certainly met, but there's always going to be like those 5 to 10% of people who find things through, and they do it on accident. I'm not going to fault them. It's still RX, although it isn't as it was prescribed. Now, I guess the prescription didn't say from the floor. It's all on me. That's my bad. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with the shoulder to overhead. It's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So there's 5 4s, and then there's 5 2s. So after the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, and the 6, you're doing 4 chin-ups. After the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, and the 1, you're doing 2 chin-ups. Chin-ups are palms facing. This is a pretty important video that I put on because one of my members shared a video to the Facebook page. I'm very appreciative that Matt shared that video to the Facebook page, because he's like, I got everyone saying that my scores aren't legit, and here we go. And I wanted to show kind of exactly what these should. I hope that you're looking at this and you're not finding horrible movement quality issues with my stuff, but it's shoulder overhead. Your knees have to be locked out before the bar comes down from overhead. The bar, as it is locked out, has to be over the elbow, over the shoulder, over the hip, over the knee, over the heel, from when viewed from a side profile. As we get a pretty good side profile of myself right here, I'd say that looks pretty good. Now, this is a movement. There's that N word again. I told you I wouldn't say now anymore, but I said it. And I catch myself every time I say it. It's like a stinging, burning sensation in the back of my brain. So when I told you in the other videos, I was working on my push jerk. And I also said in a video with the kettlebell shoulder to overhead where someone was telling me, that is the most egregious standard on the push press ever. I go, homie, this isn't some European kettlebell league. This is not the bottom position of any sort of shoulder to overhead that I've ever seen anywhere, nor is it the one that we're going to be holding on any of the workouts that we do. It's up here. And on kettlebells, it's a little bit higher. And with this, it's bring it to the shoulder, drive it overhead. But for me in particular, I wanted to make sure that my knees weren't specifically just driving forward. I wanted to make sure I was getting a little bit of hip engaged. And on that other video, I also told everybody who wanted to watch, a lot of people watched it. It's like 6,000 people, which is nuts. I wore a belt and I went to war. This one, I'm still going to war, probably at like maybe 85% of the intensity that I put into that other one. Maybe this workout's just not quite as hard because something about my squatting is a little bit more challenging. But I made sure not to wear a belt, no wraps, no grips, just raw. I just did this whole workout raw. And sometimes I think that it's important that you just attack a workout raw. You don't want to always put on the wraps. You don't want to always put on the belts. You don't want to put on the sleeves. Maybe warm up a little bit longer if you're somebody who always needs knee wraps and wrist wraps and all that. Alexis is doing and I never told you guys what the weight is on this. For me, it's 155, which is the hodgepodge part of it, which I also never came all the way around to. The 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the 4s and the 2s is an RX workout. It's 115 for the men, 75 for the women. I don't think I ever even put it on the screen. And it's all chin-ups. The RX Plus version is 155 for the men, 105 for the women. And also, it's 5 1s of a legless rope climb, 5 1s of a regular rope climb. So you go 10 1 legless, 9 1 legless. Once you get around to 5, it's 5 1 regular rope climb, 4 1 regular rope climb. The thought is that you can keep the intensity high and you don't need to wait for the potential difficulty that comes later on when you're doing a rope climb of that nature. That said, this was wicked hard. It was just making me breathe real challenging. Alexa said the same thing. She goes, why was this so hard? And I go, well, when you're
That's what she said.
basically, once you do the clean, and it's a sneaky 10 cleans that you got to do at 155, which isn't the hardest thing in the world, but once you get it up there, you don't want to put it back down to have to do another clean. And also, you're trying to brace and load, and the pressure of the bar on your being, your torso, your core, your entire body of the bar just bearing down on you rep over rep, trying to control your breathing around it. That was the final 1 rep. Makes it challenging overall, along with the hanging. You're hanging, right? You ever just hang and try to figure out how hard it is to breathe? So time 5:32 for myself. Alexis is over there still chipping away at everything. Again, the reason she is going from the rack is because she goes, hey, my hamstring. She still has the hamstring issue going on. So I'm like, hey, dude, this is something that we were talking about in the Facebook group. Is it still prescribed? Technically, no. She's the good trooper that she is. She was in the Wodify app and she put the score as scaled. Mine is also, conveniently enough, scaled. It is scaled up in a way, but it is not the prescription. I did not do it RX. I did not do it RX plus. So although I did 155 because I think it was best for me on today and it is a hodgepodge of a workout, the whole thing is still scaled. I got an email the other day because I sent somebody a bunch of workouts. I go, hey, what does the program look like? What does the bold mean? I go, the bold is technically scaling. Like you're just scaling up, which is fine. but there is also in the notes sections of every single one of these workouts what you should be doing, what the intensity should look like. For this one, it should go, hey, all of these shoulder to overhead should be able to be done unbroken, like you're seeing from Alexis and myself in this video. When you're doing, if you can't do the chin-ups, and I don't want any sort of kipping involved, I would rather you do a ring row. So it's, I think I wrote 10s and 5s on the ring row scale. I don't exactly recall, and I don't have them written up over here, but I know it's very similar and strict of nature. That's the workout for the day. Alexis and I crushing through this thing. That's really all I have to say about anything. Hope you enjoyed it. This thing was interesting, unique, and also short, compact, and that's all we did. You don't got to do 20-minute freaking workouts. This is pretty funny. I'm like, hey, Alexis, come on over here. We're going to flex. I go, do you know how to flex? We're going to take a thumbnail picture. And now you're all going to be able to see what the world of editing can do for you guys. I'm like, hey, come on up. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, a snapshot of it. And she probably figured that I would cut this stuff out. Look at that. My old school bodybuilding pose. Yep, this is how you get clicks and views on YouTube. I get her up a little bit closer. We compress the background a little bit. Look at her. Check her out. She said something about her boobs. So I get in there and I go, this will be the picture. I pull a little bit. Yep, and she trips. That's really about it. Bye.